Hello, 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 and welcome to the Innovative 60-Day Challenge. Today, we're going to talk about some healthy ways to eat. We're going to talk about the innovative patches. We're going to go from A to Z with the patches. And also, we're going to help you over the next 60 days to reach some of your goals. First up is Sherry, and she's going to talk about plants. You're on, Sherry.
Hello, and thank you so much for introducing me. I'm in Connecticut, and guess what time it is? It is seed growing time. So every year I have my own garden. I start them in these little pallets inside so that by the time it gets warm enough here in Connecticut, then I can start growing with my little seeds. So the reason why I do a garden is because we know that there's lots of pesticides and chemicals in our foods, and that's not good. So a lot of us, we don't get the proper nutrients that we need to have an optimum body. So the other thing that I do is I'm a person who not only do I eat well, I try and eat well, is that I also journal my food. And guess what? When you journal and you take control over what you're eating and you write it down, and then you log it into there's certain apps that they have out there, you're not getting enough vitamin C, vitamin D. There's so many different nutrients that we think that we're not getting enough. So that's one reason why I like to have my own tomatoes. I grow my own, lettuce, different things like that. And my children also help me. But if you are deficient and you're not a gardener, the one thing that you can do is we have these patches that are called immune. So this immune has ginger, turmeric, it has a plethora of things in it. But we have so many different patches. You can fill the gap by using these little 1 inch gap, 1 inch patch that goes directly onto your skin. And so that's basically all that I have for you today. So thanks, Ron. We are now going to swing all the way over to California, and Pam is going to be cooking for you. So what you cooking up in California, Pam?
Okay, hold on. Wait. Yeah, did we stop?
All right. Well, we are working on a healthy choice in life. And one of the things that I know when I'm doing this weight management, and I really miss those Sundays, the Saturday breakfast, and some of the things that we take for granted, like hash brown. We love hash brown. And one of the things that I had to discover how to improvise is how to make a healthier hash brown. And so some of the things that we take for granted, Sherry talked about plants. We're going to take a plant and take that plant and make it into that high carb meal without the carbs. The plant that I'm talking about and that I will be creating this meal with is with cauliflower. Cauliflower is one of the only vegetables that's white that is that has some nutritional value. It's also a good substitute when you are missing those potatoes, those starchy foods, macaroni and cheese. I mean, there's all kinds of pizza, all kinds of cool things that you can do with cauliflower. And so let me get started. What I'm doing, making up another batch. I've already did one earlier. And one of the things I want to tell you, one of the things that I suffer with, I have injuries to my hands. And so I don't have the luxury of being able to cut things up all the time and, getting them cut up right for my meal. So I find that if I go to a place like Walmart or some of the local stores, they have these, what they call the cauliflower rice. You can pick any one. They've already been chopped up. They're kind of prepared. Sometimes they have herbs. They have various flavors. But today I'm going to start and I'm going to share with you. It's just a regular cauliflower rice. It's been zapped in the microwave for about 5 minutes. And so once that cauliflower is done, everything is just throw it together. It's a mixed up meal. You don't have to do a whole lot of guessing to it. And sometimes I just measure for your sake. I'm the kind of lemonade person. I just throw it together like grandma, a little this, a little that. So I did my best to try to measure out and make this. And this is kind of like what you would say, like a pat of butter. If you go to the restaurants they have, and I really don't need all that, so I'm going to just use what I have, get some butter in this pan, and if you are like me, this pan I made bacon earlier, so it has the seasoning already. If you're worried about salt and things like that, I use a bacon. It's a turkey bacon without those nitrates and things of that nature. So it's got a good flavor, believe it or not. And so the pan is pretty much seasoned with that bacon juice. And so with the zap, you zap, like I said, this in 5 minutes in the microwave. You throw it over in this pan. And so we're going to start getting this mixed up. I use a non-sticking pan because it's easier and it's forgiving and it's easier to clean up. So with that being said, I have this, but I got this over here in the butter and it's frying up. I'm going to use the rest of this little butter to kind of give it a little more flavor. And in this recipe, like I said, I did season it a little bit. I have my little side seasoning, and like it's got dill and onions. Use natural product. I try to use cut up sauteed onions, but didn't have time. So this is a little dill and a little seasoning, onions, dried onions, and garlic, and a little brown pepper. That goes in, and while this is turning, you can turn the stove up. Get the mixing that in. You want that to work its way in. And all this is just stirring around, just stir. And on top of that, what you want to do, this is what's going to help the cauliflower stick together. Cheese, 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 cheese. And it's going to taste even better because cheese is going to fry, and nothing better than fried cheese, okay? We have sharp. It's on that list too. I have sharp, I have Monterey Jack, Parmesan, and cream cheese, okay? So we get that going. And so we're gonna mix this up, let that mix up. And once all these ingredients melt down, you're gonna see a consistency that you're gonna really work with. And once you get this mixed together, we want to add a little bit cream, not a lot. People think cream, heavy cream is bad. No, no, no. You want the fat because when you're doing a keto diet, the key is to burn fat with fat. And I got plenty of that, okay? So I'm good with the cheese as long as I stay away from the sweets. Now we're doing this, and I know some probably want pancakes or waffles, Sunday breakfast, but there's a way we can do that too, and that's going to be shown another time. But for today, we're going to learn how to do cauliflower hash browns to go with all that goodness, you know, sausage and bacon and eggs. You know, those are all keto friendly. Leave the biscuits and toast and all that out unless it's keto friendly. Okay, so now as you can see, this is kind of melting down, and once you get it, the consistency melting down, we just add a little cream. All these ingredients is about a quart. It's like what did I measure? This is a tablespoon of heavy cream, not a whole lot, just enough to give it a little something. For that little heavy cream over there, we use, like I said, about an ounce, 1 ounce of butter. We didn't even use a whole ounce. We use a quarter of each cheese, quarter ounce of each cheese, and just mix it up. You get it to fry up, and if you can see, here you got your consistency. That's how it's going to look. And once you get it all melted down, you're going to have it where you're going to separate it, okay? We're going to separate these, and we're going to create our patties and get them in a ready state. You can make them small, you can make them large, and you can make them ahead of time, which I like. These will be, I'm not going to eat all this, of course. I have a couple of guests, but we're not going to eat all this. And that's the beauty of it is that you can freeze it and take it out. Sometimes you don't want to cook, but you want to eat, and you're hungry and you don't have time to wait. So while these are cooking, I'm going to come back to you. And before we are finished with our cooking show, you're going to get a chance to see how it turns out. And you'll get a chance to taste. Well, you'll get to see the reaction of my tasters, and they're going to be honest with me. If they don't like it, they will be honest with me. So anyhow, this is going to do it for my segment, making a keto-free carbohydrates with your breakfast. And we're going to do some more cooking tips for you. So stay tuned. Take a break.
I'm going to talk about the complete patch. I have used the complete patch for my nails, my hair. I started using it during the pandemic, and I noticed while we were in that my hair and nails were growing, and at first I couldn't imagine what it was, and I kept saying the only thing different that I did was use the complete patch. So after I started using the complete patch and noticed that it was working so well for me, I use it every day. And I also noticed that I have asthma, and with my complete patch and my immune patch, I put them on together, and it cuts down on the allergies. I have stopped using my allergy pills because I use these two every day. Sometimes I put them on twice a day. I put them on early in the mornings, and then before I go to bed, I put them on again. So that's what I use that's my testimony for these patches. I love my patches. So with that being said, we're gonna see what's going on down in Clearwater, Florida with Miss Carolina.
Here, what's cooking in Florida? Well, here I have I like seafood. So I'm preparing some seafood bites, finger bites. And I'm gonna turn the camera around so you guys can see what all I'm doing. And how do I do this? Yeah, right here. Okay, so yes, here I have my seafood. The crab, I already cooked it. Actually, it's not, I'm already seasoning it up. It's all seasoned up with ginger and turmeric. It has black pepper, a little bit of black pepper, some cayenne pepper, some ginger and turmeric. That's what I season this up with. And from the crab, I have 2 eggs beat up with some whipping cream. And I have a 1/4 cup of almond flour and coconut flour mixed together. So what I do then, I put the flour into the crab meat, like this here. I just put it in there, right? And then I stir that up, mix it all up with the egg batter. That was 2 eggs I used for a pound of crab meat. Even though it's just me here right now, I can't eat a whole pound, but I'm preparing it for later when everybody get home. And after this, I'm gonna do it in the air fryer, and I'm gonna fry some on top of the stove because everybody don't like the air fryer. But for me, seeing I'm on this weight loss journey, I do the air fryer because it tastes the same way. It actually does. And you guys gonna see what it's gonna look like when it's all finished. Too bad you're not here to try it, because on the side dish is buffalo cauliflower cooked in the air fryer. So with that, I will turn it back to Ron, and then at the end you get to see all the end and the finishing food. Thank you. Break time.
So here I am, I'm back. I'm here to talk about the good old CBD patch. I've been using the CBD patch since the inception of the company. I'll go back to a little story of mine. I actually recently had some hip replacement surgery. So part of my testimony is that I decided I didn't want to use any painkillers after the surgery. So I decided to load up on some CBD patches, started using the patches, and it's actually helped me to avoid using opioids. And I just had some stiffness, never any pain, and the CBD patch has been a lifesaver for me. Also, the CBD patch allows you to think a little more clearly. I'm right now in tax season, and I'm able to multitask and do a bunch of other things. As well, I've compared the CBD patch to some other products. There's about 50 milligrams in each patch. And the difference between the patch and maybe some of the solutions you're taking is that the patch goes right into your system versus if you're taking a pill or any other thing, it's going to take a while to absorb into your system, and it's going to particularly lay in your stomach. So you get immediate relief by using the CBD patch, and it's one of the best patches that I think this company makes. Next, we're going to talk about another issue with Innov8tive.
My grandson, he thumbs up. So I'm going to find out how my good friend Cheryl and one of our promoters, one day she's going to get active and she's going to be my taste person. I won't call her dummy, but I want you to tell us and give us your honest opinion. What does cauliflower hash brown taste
Mm. It's good.
like? Is it good?
Mhm.
Okay, you
Tastes like hash browns.
okay. Okay, you're not this is not trying to get the brownie points.
No, but it's
It
good.
is good. Okay,
Mhm.
well, another successful lemonade situation. I'll tell that story about how these cauliflower came out. It actually came out from a mistake, and we made a mistake better. So, anyhow, here in California, we did the cauliflower hash brown. We heard commercials about all of our patches, and they're patching us up. I know for me, I am on a 60-day weight challenge. My goal is to unfluff this COVID-19 fluff, 19 pounds plus. I won't tell you the details. I am kind of reserved on showing too much of me because it's too much of me. But when I get a little better, I will be more open and sharing the before and after. But one of the things that I'm going to use, I'm going to be cooking keto. I'm going to be using my energy patch, and I'm going to use the Ignite patch. The Ignite patch is a 2-patch system for your weight, controlling, detoxing your liver and curbing those wrong things to eat. And the energy is going to give me the stamina to keep going and the energy to do this. So much to the energy patch. Of course, we'll talk a little more about it. This is about the cooking show. But I just want to tell you, this is a day 2 of my 60-day challenge, and I am trying to find lemonade in a lemon situation. I'm going to miss hash brown, but thank God, got a substitute that works. And it's not just my saying, it's Cheryl saying too. So what's going on, Florida? How did your meal take? How does
This is the fried this is my crab cake right here, the fried crab cake. That's the fried crab cake. And this is the crab cake also from the air fryer. I have both of them. I'm trying both of them. Okay. And then I have the fried cauliflower in the air fryer also. So, you know, people like, we all like to have fried foods, but on this journey here, we're trying to get rid of the fried stuff. So nothing better came out besides the patch was the air fryer, because now I could still get fried food and all that. So for me, being in the kitchen all afternoon preparing and trying to get everything together, oh, I'm tired. I'm in pain. My leg hurts. So here comes the CBD to my rescue. My CBD and my CBD patch to my rescue, okay? Because everybody that knows me knows that I have a bad leg. My left leg is bad from a car accident. So this is what I use to carry me through the day. If I don't use it by the end of the day, I'm in so much pain. I can't even talk to Pam late in the night anymore. But thank God for my CBD patch. and my energy patch, people. And that's what's going on in Clearwater, Florida. Too bad you guys can't taste it. I have to taste it all for myself. And what I do, I have dip. So let's see. Huh? All right. Did you guys hear me? Okay. So that was a crab cake. It's from the air fryer. It's pretty good. And I made it just enough for one bite. One bite. So and it's an easy recipe. It finished so quick. All right, people. Come to Florida, enjoy this fresh food, the water and everything. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing me. Thank you for having me.